and welcome along. This is Leinster Farmer, and we're getting an early start here back on the Sugarbeet. We're currently refilling this harvester. My lights seem to be not working on the landy, so we've got a little bit of a, in this dark, wet morning, it's not ideal, but we are filling up this harvester. Our other harvester is already going. It's doing up the top end of the field, so that's going around there. I don't think that's full. I think that is working. So we're going to jump in the tractors and get this all functioning again later. But yeah, we need to get these updates of these moving and working, and we want to clear these two contracts off today. Meanwhile, our other contract has finished. So the grass contract that we had down the bottom, that's completed. 44,000 on that, so 43,444. So we will collect on that contract. And is there anything that we can do? We could do 12,000 cultivating contract on that. Might be a good one to get going. There's still that sowing contract there. There's also this tedding contract over here. In fact, that is the better one. So we will borrow the items for that, and we'll go and get that one going today. So yeah, while this is filling up, let's jump into this tractor. It is so dark in this rain, and just get this heading off. So this little Massey should easily handle this, and it should be a case of just sending it off to go and do the job. It should navigate itself around there and get that tethered, and yeah, be pretty good. Our tractors and everything, we just want to get this all up and running today and get this cleared off. We need the money from this contract, if not the other one. So let's set this tractor, create job, field work. We want to set our target position as our contract, which is over here. If I can get this right. Yep, there. We'll start this at this corner here. I think that should be okay. And start job. That should be able to get there without too much hassle. It's just calculating it. There we go. So that is off and getting into that job. And this harvester is ready to go. So we will go nearest waypoint and set that off. And this one as well should be off doing this. It's trying to field detect, which is a little bit worrying. Let's see if we can stop this here. See if we can bring these on. Yep. Start that up. Drop it down. Gonna move forward a little bit. Get this harvesting. It's a little bit weird that it's not immediately detecting this and working. That's a little bit annoying. The same seems to be happening here. What is the whole field detection thing going on? Neither of these seem to be harvesting. So off you go. Let's move this out the way. Oh, why is courseplay not doing as it should? That is very, very annoying. Okay, I've regenerated this course. So I'm hoping that if I start this now, unfolds, and hopefully this will head off. Yeah, okay. So we've copied that course. Now I should be able to cancel this job, and we will copy the course here. In fact, no, clear this completely. So this, I want to completely escape this. So clear that, copy that. We're on the right, and we want nearest waypoint. Away we go. That'll pick that up there. hopefully unfold. Yeah, it's doing field detection for some odd reason, and I don't know why. Okay, after a lot of mucking about and getting things to work, we finally got the second harvester going. Really, really weird. Would not detect the field. This field is very much not liked by Courseplay or the hired worker at all. It just would not do this field. But we finally got things moving. And as I've got things moving, I'm going to get the first harvester emptied and start getting our tractors and trailers moving back and forth as well. We really want to crack through this contract today, make as much as we can. I honestly don't think we're going to get anywhere near field 34, but we should at least get this field done. The sun has finally risen, and we have dropped off the first lot of Sugarbeet. The other tractor is heading up to the top. I think that this one is the harvester that should be fuller, so we're going to empty this out. Yeah, it seems to have a decent amount on it, so that would mean that I can get this emptied at this corner, and then we can head back up to the sell point and quickly get this all tipped out. So if I can keep these harvesters moving, that is going to speed things up no end this day. And this harvester is actually empty. So with that empty, let's go see if we can find the other one, pop up, and keep things moving. I definitely emptied the wrong harvester. That one up here is stopped and is waiting. It's got the lights flashing on it, so it's not going to get very far. Having this like this means that we probably need to... Well, it might empty as it's going, but we're not going to fit very much into it. We're only going to fit about 7,000 litres. So we're going to have to get back here very quickly with the other tractor and trailer. Let's spin around here. Things are a little bit slippery in all this rain. It's a very, very wet day. Bring this out. And there we go. But this is, yeah, this is only going to go up to about 32,000. That harvester is looking very full. So this is much more likely now to grind everything to a halt, because that harvester is going to refill very, very quickly and is going to be down this end of the field when it's full. I'm having to wait here for the full tractor and trailer because otherwise there's nowhere for me to turn. And you can see why it gets to that junction and then slows right down, because it doesn't come straight across the junction. It sort of turns around the side bits a little bit, but is very nicely coming up here. So let's head back to the field and get the harvester empty again. On the plus side, the rain has now stopped. Yes, we've got quite a bit of fog hanging around, but we seem to be in a pretty good way. Our harvester that we emptied of course is full again, so we need to head up and get that emptied. But the tractor that we passed, that has now reached the has now reached the tipping point at the top. So once we get this emptied, we can just set this back on its way back up to the top, and we can come and get our harvesters sorted. The harvester, the second harvester, is not going to fill up very quickly, partly because it's sitting there at the back waiting for the front harvester to be emptied. So yeah, we're not too badly off. We've slowed things down a little bit, and soon our harvesters should be getting into the actual body of the field. We are 35% of the way through this contract, so we've actually added a decent amount on this morning as well. Really quite happy that's going well. It's a real pity that these contracts can't be done over more than a single month. It would be nice for me, for my setup here, if I could do more than a single month. It's not possible, unfortunately. But unless somebody came out with a mod that basically disabled the time limit, or set it until the point when a crop would wither, that would be really nice. Alternatively, I could slow things down. I mean, we have this episode. We're only going at 5 times this episode rather than our normal 10 times. But it is... it would be nice if I could do it over a couple of days or a couple of months instead of just immediately this month. Right, that's off. Let's start this one up and get this emptied then. And then we can meet at the crossing over place again. Not too bad. We're not losing a massive amount of time on this. But we are losing enough to slow things down. Enough for me to need to slow things down. And this time we've arrived here just in time to pull over as the other tractor goes past. I do love this. This really does make things feel a bit more like we've got several people working together to get this beet harvested. It feels like there's so much left of this field to go. I mean, we are only 44% of the way through. Our other tractor has made it up to the top. So I'm just going to pull it forward a little bit and tip it. And then we can pull up beside this and get this emptied. Just trying to be that little bit more efficient with everything. If I can get the other one back to the field fairly quickly, that would be great. Kind of want to get these to empty standing still, because I don't think it actually overall saves us much time if they are if they're still moving. But to be honest, I don't think it would make much difference. There we go, full again, another 32,000 liters, and we're never quite emptying the... In fact, our other harvester is full again already. Meanwhile, the tedder is almost done. It's 97% of the way through this field. So as soon as this finishes, what we'll do is we will get this completed. We'll collect on this, and we will then see if there's any other contracts that we can get up and running. But this has been just beavering away, earning us some extra cash today, and doing really well at it. I'm having to sit here and wait for the other tractor that is just coming up around the awkward bit to come up here. Meanwhile, one of our harvesters is sitting there waiting to be emptied. Ideally, what I'd really like is to have a third tractor and trailer that I could do stuff with, and the contract is finished, so let's just go and collect on that, and we'll have a quick look and see what there is. There's that cultivating contract that I think we can get going. Yep, I think we will take that. We'll borrow the items for that, and we'll get that started in a minute once we get sitting here again waiting for the turnover where we can change places and get our two tracks and trailers passing each other again. And once again, the front harvester stopping has stopped the rear harvester, and I think this must be the final headland that these two are doing. Empty this out, get this turned around, and head back up, yeah, and get this tipped. Let's get this started up then and get this heading to cultivate the field. Nice quick startup while our two tractors are turning or passing. This Steyr is about the same power actually as both the tractors we already have on our farm. Collect up that and Collect up that, lift that. Right. And then we want to get our butt back up to the field. Our harvester is not full yet, so that is good news. Although the back one, yeah, has just filled up. So let's grab this here. Create job. We will bring this over to here, field work, and I will get it started in this field there like that. And away it goes. And as we get back up to the field with this tractor and trailer, we have hit 50% complete on this contract, which is fantastic. I am very, very pleased with that. So let's get up to the top here, empty this. And yeah, for some reason, Courseplay doesn't tell me when this harvester is full, which is a little bit annoying. And it's going to stand here and empty. So that's not bad. That gives me a chance to then get this tractor out here. And we'll go park this up at the farmyard, ready to go past. This run has actually meant the tractors are parting in a slightly different place. Thankfully, I managed to stop before there wasn't any space to pass. But that's good news. We're over 50% of the way through now. We're 55%, and still got a bit of a way to go. 12:30, and yeah, things are still running pretty smoothly. The cultivating contract is also still running very nicely in field 10. We're a quarter of the way through that now, so that's great as well. My harvesters have started to cut into the field, although we need to empty. In fact, we need to empty both of them. I'm going to empty the second one first. So this is the one that hasn't been actually telling me that it's full. But if I can empty this, get this back on the road, heading down to the sell point, we can switch over and get the other one working. This one does seem to want to empty as it goes, so that's good news. And yeah, we have broken the back of this. We are over halfway done, and that's partly because we did 6 rows around this headland. Yeah, and we've got a full trailer again. We've emptied another trailer load up the top here. The other tractor is on its way. But yeah, we've now got both harvesters pretty much getting full at the same time. This isn't great. We need to kind of get back on top of this, I think. It does feel like this contract, or this contract would benefit from having 3 tractors and trailers running in this, like this. We would be able to empty right now, switch them over when we get down to the field, go and empty, set the next one going. It would work. It would be a little bit more of a juggling act, but we would be able to keep the harvesters even more, keep the harvesters empty for longer, and it would make things go a little bit faster. It's also getting a little bit dark, even at this point. It's partly because it's over, it's cloudy, but it is 10 to 1 in the afternoon, so the sun isn't going to be too long setting. I just hope that we don't have to go too far into the night to get this done. And with both harvesters cutting in, we're not actually going to have to drive on the crop. The first harvester has actually made space for us. We're going to be very close to the edge of the crop, though, to do this. And unfortunately, that probably means the second harvester is going to get blocked by us once this is unloaded. Also going to slow things down, because if we want to avoid driving on this crop, we're going to have to go and transfer over. Yeah, the only way that we're going to be able to do this is by following the harvester. Transfer over. I don't know what I meant by transfer over. Yeah, I think the only way we're going to be able to complete this is, and keep out of the way of the other harvester, is to follow this one, which is slightly annoying, because ideally we want to get the other tractor and trailer emptied and get it back down here. Second harvester is maneuvering so that I can empty it without going onto the crop, which is great. The other harvester has made it, or the other traction trailer has made it to unload. So let's get that unloaded. I think the harvesters themselves are low on fuel again. Hopefully we've got enough down there to actually empty or get them moving again. Harvester has emptied, so we can back this out. And yeah, is our other harvester, how's our other harvester doing? Let's have a look at the map. It's not flashing yet, so that is good news. We can get this up to the top and tipped, and we're 61% of the way through. Fantastic. Just want to have a quick look at what the best price for Sugarbeet is. 356 is best price. 365. I don't know where we're delivering to. Where are we delivering to for this contract? This is going to yeah, this one. This is going to general stores. And that's good news, because best price is not general stores. It is actually Allsphere stores. I know, in fact, yeah, Allsphere stores is the best price. So where is that on the map? I think that is down the bottom here. Yeah, it's down the bottom there. So we can deliver the remains of this field for the current best price down to the bottom of the map. Yeah, the other tractor's gone past, so let's get this back to the field. One of my harvesters has run out of fuel, unfortunately. I don't know how much this one has. We'll have a quick look when we come to empty it. This one is not complaining, whereas the other one is. Let's have a look. How much fuel does this have? Both our harvesters could do with refueling. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to grab our kit here, and hopefully we've got 488 liters of fuel in here. That is not a lot. Both harvesters are saying they need to be refueled now. So this is not good. This is going to end up costing us a load more cash, because we're going to need to, well, we're going to need to refill this with fuel, really. What we've got in here is not going to be enough. Let's see if we can jump in the actual harvester. There we go. So refuel that. In the meantime, oh wow, this is not full. It's the harvester seems to have just continued on. So that is going to end up being filled. Yeah. One of the harvesters needs to be unloaded. This one needs to be unloaded. Don't think it's going to drive. I'm hoping it's not going to drive into the crop. There we are. Empty that one out. And we'll get the Landy here back to the farm. I think we're going to have to refill our fuel tank as well. Bring this here. And let's see how much is in this. We do have a fair amount of diesel in this. Okay, so let's fill up our fuel trailer. Yes. Fill up the Landy first, and then we will fill up the fuel trailer. So we'll leave that filling up there. And at this point, I need to keep things going as well as I possibly can. So we will shadow this harvester for a minute, because this is about ready to unload. In fact, there we go. Moving out. There's quite a bit of this field to go. Yeah, we are going to need to refuel both of these harvesters. Contract on field 10 is complete, so we'll deal with that in a minute. We've got a couple of hours. If there's a quick contract that we can get a little bit of extra money off, then we will do. But to be honest, I think we're probably done with the other contract for the day. So we will quickly claim that 12,177. That's perfect. And I don't think there's anything that we can just run that will work. So yeah, that'll be it for our contracts. Other than this Sugarbeet one we're trying to get completed. And with this full of fuel, we can head down to the field and get our harvesters refueled and keep going with that. I might be able to get both of these refueled at the same time. That would be absolutely fantastic. In fact, yeah, both harvesters are very close to each other and are basically blocking each. Well, front harvester that's run out of fuel is blocking the second one. Both of these have quite a bit of Sugarbeet in them. So let's jump out, see if we can catch both of them in this. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, that one's refueling. Let's see if we can get the second one refueling as well. Oh, let's stop this actually. So stop and refuel it. I think both of those are refueling. Let's see this first one. Turn all these off. Yeah, that is gonna take a little while though, I think. Meanwhile, we can get our second tractor and trailer here empty and returned up to the field. Harvesters look like they are both full, so let's set them off again. So that one first, and this one will go second. And then once those are done, this is yeah, this is down to 631 liters of diesel. So turn that off, and yeah, they're off again. Gonna see if I can empty this front harvester before it cuts in again, before it's actually full. That going to... No, it doesn't seem to want to empty. That's annoying. Finally got it to empty though, once it's looking to cut in. Or continue the row. So then we'll be able to get the second tractor and trailer emptying the other one when that's on the other side. Yeah, these trailers unfortunately can't take a full load off this harvester, because that would be really useful right now. Both harvesters have full grain tanks, but I have these two tractors running in on follow me at the moment. So what I'm thinking is we empty the back harvester with this tractor and trailer. We might be able to position the second tractor and trailer to empty the front harvester. We're gonna give it a go, and this is gonna be a very, very careful case of positioning. Right, so that's the back harvester done. What I want to do is bring this up here, bring this alongside for the front harvester. See, that's in position. Yep, that appears to be. So then we've got to drive this front tractor and trailer at a speed that it can empty the rear one. That is nuts. That is crazy. How is that working? I'm basically carting with the front tractor and trailer, and we're going to wait until that's finished and is full, which I think it is, and then we can just drive off. Let's just check. Yep, that's full. Right, let's go take this and go tip both of these tractors and trailers. That is a crazy way to do this. That really is. If I had 4 tractors and trailers, we would keep this whole field flowing so well. And just as we get back to the field, both harvesters are full again. That actually works exceptionally well. I think we found a way to keep the harvesters moving a little bit better than I had expected. So what I'm going to do this time is, instead of getting the rear harvester to empty with the front Sugarbeet harvester, we're going to pull this one under here and then carefully try and position the rear one under that, so that can then empty in place. And yep, that is emptying in place. So once that is full and no longer emptying, which I can just about see, then we can pull up to this harvester here and empty as we go. So that looks like that has completed. Just double check. Yes, that has. Right. So now we just pull this under this harvester here and empty as we go along, and that keeps things moving, and we are 82% of the way through this field. So I don't think it's going to be too long before we've harvested and delivered enough to complete it. What we'll do after that, I think, is probably get the rest of the field harvested off camera, because there's still a fair amount to go, and we need to make sure that this video doesn't end up being too long. Our harvesters are on the last bit of the field. We're getting very close to completion here. It wouldn't surprise me, actually, if this is our last 2 trailer fulls. Unfortunately, we are in the red on this tractor, so I'm going to head over to the Land Rover. We'll put about half a tank in here, I think, because we could end up wasting a lot otherwise. So our landy is just over here. Start that up. Yeah, there we go. And refill it. Oh no, refill the tractor. There we go. Oh wow, I actually put it in exactly the right place. And I want to leave about 250 liters in here. We'll pull this forwards and bring the second one up, because yeah, the rest of the fuel in this can go into that. So hide worker off and refuel, and that is nearly empty. That should be enough fuel though to keep both the tractors going. There we are, and into the New Holland. Set the follow onto the other tractor. Right. And yeah, I'm expecting both my harvesters to be full before we before we get back. And let's see how much this first trailer gets us towards completion. And we're up to 95%. 96% delivered. So I think we're at the point where what's being harvested on the field might be excess crop now. Let's see how much this gives us. So turn that off, tip that. And where did this get us? This is going to get us close, but not to the end. 99% transported. That is crazy. We have harvested everything we need to harvest off the field though, so we just need to grab one more trailer. We've got a tiny bit to do, and I don't know if the harvesters will actually get full again, but we are almost there. A tiny little bit more, and that will complete our transport we've got just a little bit more to cut as well. We have one full harvester here, or very close to full harvester here. But we will get empty with this tractor and trailer because it's moving along doing it. I really think that we probably don't have to deliver any more Sugarbeet to the sell point. 99% suggests that we're at a point where the whole thing could very easily work out for us. And yeah, I need to go and empty the other harvester. Contract is finished. I suspected that 99% meant that we were going to be able to get the rest of this tipped. And so, yeah, we have 2 full loads, 60,000 litres here that we're going to be able to sell. About a quarter of that is going to be about 16,000 we'll get off this. Plus, we've got a ton of stuff still in the harvesters. So that will make us a load as well. Looks like the harvesters are gonna need refueling again, so we are basically gonna go until the harvesters run out of fuel here. I don't want to go and dump more fuel in them to finish things off. The contract is complete and we can get the money in for that. We are gonna go to the sell point down the back here though. And oh, wow, I have made this sell point very difficult for myself when I have big equipment like this. Let's Control Shift H on the other one. Yeah, it's waiting stroke paused because we're trying to back this in. Let's see if we can get this into position. Gonna have to reverse my way around. When I come to do the second one, I'll have a lot less mucking about. But I want to see how much we're gonna make off these 2 trailers, or just one of these trailers actually would do nicely. And I think, yeah, 11,942 of these. That is fantastic. We're gonna end up with enough money to get our telehandler next time, and then we're gonna be able to start clearing things up over the winter and get ourselves back working on our own farm. We're gonna sell the straw, we're gonna make a load of money, and we should enter the new year with a renewed amount of money to get going. In fact, there it is. There's the telehandler. So I want to get these back up to the field. I think we've probably got a couple more loads off the harvesters to go, and that will then complete things. But yeah, this contract is all done and dusted, and we're gonna have a decent amount of money. In fact, we've got the money now before we've even completed this contract, and this contract is worth a whopping 29,000 to us. So that's fantastic. We are going to go into December very nicely set up, and it's going to be time to get, well, in fact, it's going to be time to get the straw sold off. I think we'll probably skip December and head into the into January. And yeah, for that, we will pick up next time. For now, I'll leave this here. So I will see you then. Thank you for watching. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Huge thank you as well to all of my patrons and channel members. These videos are only made possible thanks to your support. If you want more from Virtual Farmer, please check out the videos on screen now, or subscribe for more. And I will see you next time.